creating a web form. Now it's time for us to create a form that is going to go on our site. Now don't worry, you don't have to know a lot about coding at all. Aweber is going to take all that guesswork out of the equation for us. So I'm here in my account. I'm going to go ahead and click on web form. And you'll see some options come up. The first thing we want to do, of course, is create a web form. You'll see that you can have multiple forms for each list that you have, which certainly comes in handy. First thing we need to do is name the form. You're the only one that sees this, so you certainly can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Form 1, so I know that. Now you have an option of how the form is going to be. You can actually have it pop up in a new window, pop under the window. When they go to leave the page, you can have it be an exit pop-up. You can have it hover. All different kinds of things to experiment with. Me personally, I just go with the standard inline, which means that it is right smack in the website. So people see it all the time. And again, you can play around with the different things. Thank you page. Whenever somebody signs up for your list, you have the option to send them somewhere. One thing that I've had a lot of success is by offering someone something for free. If you sign up for my list, I will give you this free book that will help you learn how to train a dog. And once they give me their email, I send them to the page where they can download the book. So it's immediate gratification. I can even say that, right after you give me your email address, I'm going to give you the book, and that's going to raise your response rate. You'll see that. Of course, if you just leave this go, it's going to take them to the standard Aweber page, and you can do that too, whether or not it opens in a new window. Forward variables. Essentially, this is something that's beyond the scope of this video series, but if you really get into this stuff, you can actually pass on variables that people will fill in, and it gets sent forward to you, which you could even do more with. It probably went over people's heads. Don't worry about it again, but it's pretty cool that they offer this if you wanted to get into more specifics with tracking. Okay, it's very possible that someone will try to sign up for your list twice, and you can send them to a page about that too. And also, whenever somebody signs up for your list, if you have multiple messages, maybe you want to start them on number 1. You can start them on a later message if you want. It's totally up to you. Okay, and you can let them know how many people are subscribed to your list. Maybe you want to do that, maybe you don't. If I was starting out a list, I would not want people to know, hey, guess what? There's 3 people on your list. It's going to make it sound like a pretty small list. So again, maybe you want to go back and include that later on. Okay, now it's time for us to design our form. You can see here that they've already started with a basic form, name and email address. But I can go ahead and add fields if I want to, or I can even edit. Let's say that I want this to say first name. So I'll go ahead and type first there. Okay, first name, there we go. Now also you'll see here it says default value. Let's say that I wanted something in there already. I could do that, and you'll see here on the form this will be filled in already. Now would there be a reason to do that? Depending on your form, maybe. Certainly not in a first name example. Say I wanted to add a new field. Again, I can have it be whatever I want. Let's say I wanted it to be phone number. Now I'll tell you, most people aren't going to be comfortable, filling in their phone number. But just to show you, for example, I'm going to add it over here, and then I can also drag it. Let's say I wanted that to be first, or get rid of it because it's not necessary. You can even change this submit button to say something else. One thing that I've found is it helps if you really spell everything out. So click here to submit. Go ahead and save that. Okay, and there you go. You can have a footer also. Okay, so there's our form. Essentially what we'll do next is get the code and put it on our website. Don't worry, that's also pretty easy.